Here we go. 3, 2, 1. What's going on, guys? My name is Entac. Welcome to Scrap Mechanic. So if this is the first time you guys are watching one of my videos, there are a ton of Scrap Mechanic videos in a playlist below in the description. You can check that out. And if you guys have been around for a while, you guys might remember that I made a giant, massive thrust-powered elevator. And the thing with it was that a lot of people had things to say about it because the design was imperfect. There were problems with the large structural supports. There were problems with the elevator itself and the placement of the thrusters, and where the having wheels to stabilize it, and the wheels don't really work in this system. I've made a second one. That's what this video is about. The wheels don't really work as well as you would like them to because of how far they need to be extended in order to touch the walls and stuff. But in this design, they work far better because I essentially built the elevator around I built the walls of the elevator around the actual elevator, and that helped me out greatly because then I could make sure everything was as tight and compact as it possibly can. And now that we can change the thrust on the thrusters themselves, the power on the thrusters, things have worked out a little bit better. So in this video, I'm going to show you. Look at this massive elevator. Look at it. It's gigantic. So you can see how essentially it got built up to there, and then I was like, I want to take this even higher, and I really wanted to take it even higher, but I was like, wow, I've already spent a couple hours on this. I should probably make a video on it. So this video is going to contain a couple things. One, this elevator and the design, and I'm going to show you how I did this. Two, an experimental rail system where I have a car that transports you from there down to this house, and then a spiral staircase that's pretty easy to make, and I just thought I'd throw it in for another thing to show in the video. So basically all this is one giant square going up. It's I think 13 each side, 13, and so you can make it probably bigger if you wanted to, but I wanted to kind of keep it as compact as I possibly can. Now you can see how massive this thing is, but this elevator that I made goes up this in about 3 or 4 seconds, or probably more than that, but it's extremely fast. And so the reason why the door is right here is because if I had it in the middle, the wheels hit in such a weird way that it doesn't work. So let me just go ahead and take this out of here because we can actually move it out since I built it around it. I know it fits perfectly. And I'll kind of show you what this looks like. So you can see that this design is a lot better than my last one. First of all, the thrusters are like inside instead of below, and then we have wheels on the base and wheels at the top. Now, when I first built it, I tried a couple different things. I tried like a sky lift where all the wheels were wrapped around one pole. The only problem with that is that you have to build it around the pole, and then if for some reason the elevator comes off the pole, then you're pretty much screwed and you got to start all over again. Now there's other designs that works for, and that there's different ways you can do it, but like having the wheels extend out over it and things like that. But I didn't go for that concept. I wanted to stick with this original thrust-powered design because, one, it's the fastest by far, and two, I don't like having imperfect things in old videos, and so this is perfect. It doesn't shake, it doesn't wobble, it gets up this thing ridiculously fast. Now, I did experiment with, and I left these on so you guys can see what I try to do. I did experiment with arms that folded out, and then the wheels would hit the wall. I was thinking that the wheels would glitch into the wall, and then we could easily go up, but what happens is that it actually pushes the thing around, and it gets all funky. And so I didn't go with that concept. We do have the thrusters. You can see that they are increased. I think they start at 4 and they're increased up to the second max. And we have one seat. It is off balance, but it doesn't even matter actually. So that's okay. And then we have we have 2 wheels facing. So 2 wheels on each wall, essentially, and things are just kind of kitty corner. They do work, they do roll, everything works fine. And then we have the same exact thing on the top, and I believe that this is just as high. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 13 up, 13 wide, everything's 13. And so it works perfect. And you have to remember that this is one block right here. And you can see that when you put a block down, the wheel is ever so slightly lower than the block, and that actually comes into play when you have your elevator inside here and how it hits the wall. That's why the wheels don't work perfectly, is because they're just, I mean, like a pixel, it seems like, smaller than what it should be. Okay, so then it fits right back in there. And so now, without any more explanation, because I'll just tell you, let me just bring it out one more time, because I'll show you, I didn't say how I made it. So I made a base, a wooden base, 13, or 12 actually, and then the wheels. And then in the middle here, there's just a, like I came in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there's just a square in the middle. And then put the thrusters down, extended it out, 1, 2, thrusters down. And so this is 2 all the way around. And then I took the base up here. I don't think that matters the placement of these. What matters is that this top part is the exact same as the bottom part. And yeah, these wheels don't really matter. I can delete these actually, but I'm not going to. So yeah, it's extremely easy to make. Everything in this design is just 13 basically, 13, 13. And it's just, you need to reflect this top part with this bottom part, and then it works perfectly fine. And so just make sure you have everything balanced, and it should be okay. And I I made it on the ground there so I can see where I need to put it. So let's go ahead and hop up in here. I'll close the door. It doesn't really matter if the door's closed or not. And we'll hop in here. And I wish that I could see through the wall so you can see it go up the tower, but unfortunately you can't. And then on the top here, I have some staircases, and you'll see why I have that here in a second. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Bam. It even looks like it glitches out, like it gets stuck. I mean, it's ridiculously fast. But then if we hit E, I actually pop up through the top, and so I have staircases that come up, and then you can just walk down. And then once we're at the top here, to hold it in place, I have some arms that swing out underneath to hold it in place, and then we can just flip the switch off. Pretty simple. I took a lot of your guys' ideas and a lot of things that I had in the last thrust-powered elevator video, and I incorporated them into this video, but I did it in a correct way where things actually work and things are actually fluid. And so when I drop this down here, you'll see how far this drop is actually. It's pretty significant. And you can, I mean, you saw how fast that thing came up here. I mean, look at how big this shaft is. It's huge. It takes forever. So if you jump down, I gotta jump in the corner here, or it's gonna get messed up. I mean, you can see how freaking far that is. Okay, here's the problem. This happens like about 5% of the time. I mean, you can see how big it is, and so let's count it. Maybe 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000. About 5.5 actually. I hope that doesn't mess it up right there. It doesn't. Okay. Yeah, I think about 5.5. So that's the only problem with this, is that sometimes that occurs. Usually what I do is I'll actually drop around the outside instead of going down the shaft. I'll drop down here. It's so cool when you jump. It's so freaking cool. I love it. And we'll take it for a ride one more time before I show you this rail system. Elevator works great. I love it. So this is the experimental rail system that I've been working on. And essentially all this is, and I'll say this doesn't really work that well because the wheels kind of shake. We have a similar problem. But all this is a base, some of these blue tubes coming out, and then that bearing is moving. And then bearing and wheel. And then what I did was I essentially blocked it in. And so, if I get rid of this, you can see it a little closer, a bit more close up. So I blocked it in, and that's all I did. And you would think that with this design, it wouldn't shake, it wouldn't move, nothing would happen. But it actually shakes and it throws it off. And so it's because these wheels are like literally a pixel off. It screws up everything and it drives me crazy because this design should work flawlessly, I think. And these, I mean, because like you can see like this is ever so slightly off like right here, but if these wheels were like perfectly like centered, it wouldn't matter what these are like. It would just matter what the wheels are like, and this would roll perfectly. And that's what I thought was gonna happen, but it doesn't, and it's freaking annoying. And so I have two, I don't know why. I was trying to, the wheels on the top don't really do anything. I was trying to stabilize the thing, and it doesn't really work that well. And so I wanted to keep a thrust power design because everything moves very, very quickly when you have thrust. So you can see it shaking, and that's because the wheels are imperfect. And then it goes all the way up, and it does go back. And I tried to increase the thrust, and it messed it up a little bit. And so what I wanted to try, though, on screen was to see if we can make this go like get even more stabilized. And the way that I was going to try to do that was to try to do this. Now, I think what's going to happen, actually, let me go ahead and delete these because they don't really do much for you. What I think is going to happen, actually, is that it's going to get stuck. And it's going to get stuck on the side of the wall here. I think that's what's going to happen. We're going to find out, though. But I wonder if I put these out here, if this is going to solve my issue. There's only one way to find out, really, and that's to do some testing. But yeah, I have a lot of awesome videos planned for this week in Scrap Mechanic. As long as I can get them actually made, it should be a good week for Scrap Mechanic on the channel. But it does require this game. Okay, one thing, this game does not. You can't just get in this game and start playing and expect to do like amazing stuff or whatever. You actually need to be relatively. You need to either be able to work through problems, figure out what's going on, or you got to be like some engineer who can easily design things or whatever. Because this game actually requires you to have some knowledge. But then also it requires a ton of time to make stuff. It didn't really do anything. It's still shaking. It's actually probably even more so now because of the fact that it's hitting on the side of the walls there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's going to do anything for us. It's just going to leave us having the same problems, I think. But I'm just going to try and see if I delete these. If you guys have a better idea of how to make this work more fluidly, feel free to leave it in the comment section, because the original idea was to have a rail system that went very, very far up here. And so it wasn't just like this short. I just did it for the video purpose. And I knew, and once I found out that it was, oh, no. The lift is up there. Once I found out that the design was imperfect, I opted on not going any further. So if you guys have any ideas on how to fix this, let me know. I'm gonna have to freaking Minecraft my way all the way up here. Alright, I made it all the way down with the lift. Well, made it up and then grabbed the lift and came back down. And looks like the lift is sitting in there right this time, so that's good. I don't know how it even got broken in the first place. I think it happens if you go up and down too fast. Yeah, so we can go ahead and, well, I'll just delete that later. Yeah, so if you guys have any ideas of how to improve this, please let me know. I've tried wheels on the sides to roll along this. Doesn't matter, still causes the same issue. I tried an electric engine. That didn't even work because the wheels don't even hit perfectly, and so they just kind of spin in there. The thrusters are really what really works. So I think, you know, I don't think we can even, I don't even think we can make it work because of just the limitations of the vehicle itself. So let's take it up here, though, to the house. And the last thing I'll show you in this video is this spiral staircase. So I'm going to have to make these walls higher in case that ever happens again, because that was kind of glitchy. First video of the day. And I was working on this yesterday. Got this pretty much built. A couple hours took me, but we got it worked out. Okay, so this is just a little tiny house. Nothing really to it. You just come up here, up the spiral staircase. And yeah, here we are. Not even taller than this mountain. That's how tall that mountain is. That's crazy. Same with those ones over there. Okay, so the spiral staircase, you can see it looks really cool. It's very simple to design. So here's the controller. You can see everything's at 15 degrees. And so once you have your first one made, everything after that is 15. And so if we just kind of as a demonstration here, put our... Actually, we don't need that one. We don't actually need the bottom one. Alright, and so then what we do is we just put a bearing down, and then we draw this out. And it's as simple as this. Very, very easy design to make. And then we put our controller down, connect these up. We'll have it on blue. And we're going to want to set these to 15. Like that. And that's all it is. Very, very simple. And, you know, you could probably extend it and maybe go 10 degrees to make it even flushed. And I think if you extended it out, it would actually work even better. Let's see. Because the more room you have to walk, the better. Yeah, so you can see we probably have to make these 10 degrees now. So the farther you go out, the less the angle maybe. But I think you can still walk up that. So if you wanted a perfect look, I think you'd probably want to go less. And to do that, you just hold shift down and then drag, and you can go a degree at a time, which is really helpful. Yeah, so you just have to experiment with the length and width of the staircase, but that's as simple as it is. It's not very hard to do. What I did notice though is that, interesting, they just stay like that. What I did notice though is that staircases are really glitchy, and so like I had those actual stairs over here, and every time I went down, it would like send me flying, and so I took them out and put I mean, you can see it's even. Why do I feel like I'm going hyperspeed right now? You can see that even any kind of built staircase seems to be a little glitchy. Yeah, I feel like I'm moving so fast right now. Did I lose some weight? So let's go ahead and let's take the car back, and then let's take the lift one more time just to do it, because I'm pretty proud of it. And honestly, like after this video, I don't know, unless I want to improve upon this upstairs base design. I don't know if I'll ever show it again. So there it goes. And these arms that fold out are just connected to the wall, and then they're down one so it can hit perfectly, and then they just fold up at a 90 and just hold it in place. And so this is what it looks like. It's not even perfect, it's just whatever. It doesn't have to be perfect, just as long as it holds it in place. Because then once it drops down, you don't really have to worry about anything. So let's go ahead and let's drop down one more time, and let's delete this piece of crap. I always love doing this because you can like click and drag as it falls, and it just seems cool. I don't know why. Oh no! Whatever, we can do that later. Let's take this one more time. Yeah, why does my game feel like it's sped up? Well, that's weird. Alright, here we go, one more time. It's so fast though. I mean, this design is really good because it's so quick. And then that's about the only thing is that I wish you didn't pop through the roof. And you could eliminate that just by, making it taller so you can pop out, and then but I think it would work even if it wasn't perfectly like 13 by 13 or whatever. So guys, thank you for watching. That is the massive thrust powered elevator 2.0, a way better design. Hopefully I made you guys proud. I don't like having videos that are just like, got a huge problem in it and it's never corrected. And so, yeah, that's it. This is just metal all the way up, and I even made some windows in it for looks, and you can see there's like a controller randomly there because when I stopped it the first time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, click that thumbs up button below. Feel free to subscribe for more Scrap Mechanic and many other games, and check out that playlist like I said at the beginning of the video. And we'd love to have you guys be a part of the community. Become a subscriber. We have a great community. People are awesome here. We have great comments. People are extremely helpful, and it's pretty much a good family-friendly type of channel now, and I'm really liking that. Lots of variety gaming, and I think people are enjoying it. So, hope you guys are having a great day. Things are going well for you in your life. I'll see you guys in the next one.